Huge. Well, I'll tell you one of the things that I know I'm excited about, Trace is excited about, is when we see each of you excited. And it was a pretty big night last night. So I'm going to go ahead and kick it right into sharing screen here. And I want to share one of the things that I woke up to this morning that was pretty exciting. So check this out. A couple of things. Number one, I made a post. A number of you have asked for the YouTube video of just the Blockbot Mini. So I made this post right here. It said, "Good morning, champions." And last night was a big night for the release of Blockbot Mini. And you were asking for a YouTube link to be able to just watch that video and share that video without doing it through the invite system. So we went ahead and put a new one in here. Here's something cool, a little heads up. When we have 3,000 hours of views on our YouTube channel, we can apply to become one of their premium or partners. And what that does is it allows us to not show videos at, follow-on videos after our video. So we can control that experience. We can't do that yet. So if you're watching on here or other people, they're likely going to see other people's videos or some of our other videos that we have. So just a heads up on that. As soon as we get over that 3,000 mark, we will get rid of the follow-on videos. But that's number one. Number two is if I scroll down, I love seeing people posting stuff about the viral invite engine, especially not the errors as much. We are fixing those errors, right? But let's go down. Where is it? Where is it? Some cool stuff like this was coming into the feed. Who has been posting? It's getting buried. This is what's cool. Unlocks. Who's been put? This is what I wanted to show. All right. So check this out. People are already starting to share how many impact zones, how many people, how many countries. And the more that you do that, not just in here, but the more you text that to your friends, the more you put that on social media, the faster this is going to pick up that momentum that we're all talking about. So I know I saw a couple more in here. I'm not going to keep diving down in, but that's pretty exciting. I know, Trace, you're pretty excited about that too. Anything you want to comment on that and the viral invite engine?
No, well, what I would say is it's actually come out pretty smoothly. I know we had a handful of errors. Thank you. I always say the happiest person in the room is the most. Somebody say it in the chat, or I can't keep going. Who knows who the happiest person in the room is? Anybody on this chat?
Wendy got it.
Wendy got it. Oh, perfect. Thank you. It's the most flexible person in the room. So we rolled out a new invite engine. We've got all of these different people all around the world sharing it. You don't know this, but last night, every time those errors were coming through, and we were all doing it ourselves too, live, our dev team was up. I think one of our devs was on. He had been up since about, like, I don't know, 5 in the morning. By 10:30 at night, he was on the phone with the customer, making sure that they fix them. And so they're doing what are called hot fixes, which means the stuff's coming in, boom, boom, boom. Like they're like firefighting, like with the hose. And so it'll run smoother and smoother every day. And so we appreciate your patience as we're doing it. But that's what I'd like to say is I appreciate the patience and the quick feedback from everybody who's sharing, making sure the quality of the thing is good, because this is kind of when we say this is the alpha launch, this is the okay. And Jim and I have this conversation, and Jim wants to get 1 million people in yesterday, right? Like, he's so fast. And I'm like, it's nice to have a little bit of an alpha launch to make sure we're working right, but it is now working quite well from what I can tell. And they're just going to keep making improvements, and we're going to be able to run super fast. So thank you very much. That's all I've got.
Awesome. So yeah, it's going to be pretty wild. The other thing, many of you have already seen this, but I'll share this page again because your invite system leads to here. And I guess we're talking as if all of you are a part of that invite system. If you were not, then if you weren't on last night live, let us know, didn't see it. Type something in the chat. But basically, your invite links will take you to this page where we've got this cool little video. All right. And this video is amazing. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend you go do that. Send out some invites. And then it hits the Claim My Blockbot Mini. It's got an FAQ down beneath here, right? So you can click on the FAQ and see that. But this video, we're already getting awesome feedback. Just keep in mind, some people come in, they may not know that there's an unmute button here. That's a personal setting. It's not set on the video, but that's a personal setting. So let's get this video out there. We think it does a great job, and a lot of people were super excited about that video. Remember, let the tool do the work. Use the tool. Don't be a tool. If you're the person that's trying to educate what that video is, it means that your person who is listening to you thinks they have to do the same thing instead of, oh, can I watch a video? Yep. Can I share a video? Yep. That's how easy this thing can spread. Okay. We're also working on the onboarding experience. When people come in, they set up their accounts and then they bounce over to the Activate My Blockbot Mini section. So I'm going to share that again just real quick so that you all know where we head, and then we'll keep moving through this. So once somebody clicks on, they watch that video, they claim their Blockbot, they set up their account, first name, last name, email, verify email. Super simple, right? That's it. It's literally 2 steps. Set up the account, verify email. Once that's done, it's going to take them to here. Activate My Blockbot Mini. All right. Now it says congrats and overview video. Until I have an overview video in there, watch how fast we can edit this. Congrats. I'm going to say congratulations. All right. This is it. And then we'll cut a video. So they come to this congratulations. It tells them to do the same 3 things that they'll see right beneath that, which are create your digital you. Again, we tweaked this a little bit this morning. There's a link right here. They come in, they click Blockbot account settings. Okay. When they click on this, it's going to actually take them over to do their profile image. Okay. So that's how quick and easy that is. And that's just to upload their profile photo. All right. If they want to do Pixar, the prompt is right there. Literally just copy and paste that prompt and it'll create a cool little photo like this. If they want to do the header photo. All right. So what is the header photo? How many of you, by the way, have created a header photo? All right. When you come into your account and you look at your profile, which come down here to personal, I'm sorry, not personal setting. Yeah, it is. Edit profile. This right here with me on a surfboard, that is your header profile. Here's your image picture. Here is your header. This image right here. You just click on this little button and boom, it will have you upload it. I created this also in ChatGPT. And then of course you've seen the rest of the bio. That's all of what the rest of this page right here is walking you through. Bio, about me, location, links, all that. All right, so that's step 2. Takes a couple of minutes. Create your digital you. I'm sorry, that's step 1. Then they do their wallet, and this is the why, the what, this is the how. So how do they set up their wallet? They simply click on this link right here, and they set it up. Now, we're watching the data. We're watching to make sure, because this used to be required up front. We took it out of the upfront requirements to see if we could make it easier for your people to just sign up and get in, right? Get started. And that way you're notified they accepted your invite. They're in the platform. All right. But we know that that means we're not going to have 100% of people setting up wallets. We're going to have some percentage less than that. We need to encourage them to come down and set up their wallets. Okay. So we'll continue to work on this copy, right? And we'll continue to make the process as simple as we can to get the majority of people in there that we can. But then we also added this sheet right here. You can print this off in a couple of ways. You can grab the PDF, you can download it, you can click on here. There's literally like 3 ways to do it. Put the website address, like right now, web.connect United, their login information, their wallet passcode, their recovery passcode. Print that off, put it in a safe. You guys all know the importance of that. So you can see that what we're doing is trying to make it as simple as possible for people to come in and get their account set up and get rocking and rolling. So Trace, I'm going to bounce it back to you. That was the things we wanted to cover from last night. Obviously, the big thing was the viral invite engine. Did anybody say that they were not on last night?
I think there are a couple people who said they didn't see the video and who weren't on last night. Not a lot though. And we shared a lot with the community. By the way, we wanted to keep it kind of, as far as this call today, we actually have a really fun big announcement that we're going to send out because you showed up today, and everybody might be a little hungover from last night because we had almost 400 people on the call last night with a lot of new information. Just wanted to quickly make sure if anybody has any quick questions. There are some simple questions, Jim, but it seems like people generally are getting it, and I don't see anything we haven't covered. So I think we're pretty darn good. So probably ready to move on from that and move on to the kind of the event stuff that we want to talk about. That's works for you.
Let's do it. You want to tee up events, or you want me to tee up the importance of events?
I think you should tee it up. You got
All right. So you guys and gals know that we've been running a lot of remote events, right? We'll call these remote events where we're on AMAs, we're doing product launches, we're educating constantly on what's happening. But you also know that one of the most powerful things we can do is get together in person, right? Get together face to face, belly to belly, give big hugs. And there's certain things that we can do in live events that it's more difficult to do at remote. The amount of energy we create, the connection, the camaraderie, the deep dive into certain subjects without all the distractions. That's one of the reasons we love doing live events is it truly is life changing. I can look back over my last 30 plus years in business, and the most amazing people that I've met have almost always, and I say almost always, probably 95% of the time, they have come from someone I've met at an event. Now, it could have been a dinner event, it could have been a big live event like we're getting ready to run down here in Fort Lauderdale, but I meet the most amazing people at events and meetings. And so we were Trace and Wright and I were in a room a couple of weeks ago, and we're looking at what we're about ready to show you guys. And I said, guys, we're really in the event business, right? We are constantly creating these remote and these in-person events to excite people, to inspire people, to educate people, to train everybody on how to take their game and our community to the next level. And so we've put together a launch plan, and we are timing our events with our launches so that we start all getting in sync, every one of us, so that we have a rhythm and we have a place for people to connect in both remote and in person. And so what we want to do is we want to share with you the very exciting schedule that we've put together. By the way, how many of you have been to one of our events? Maybe you were just in Puerto Rico, or maybe you were in Las Vegas Formula One with us last year, or maybe you're signed up to come to Fort Lauderdale with us soon. How many of you have been to one of our events? Type it in the chat. So Tammy, Jimmy, Manuela, okay. Doris. All right, cool. How many of you love events? Like, you look forward to it. It gets you out of your house. It gets you away from your normal environment. It submerses you in these incredible experiences. All right. Yeah, I love them too. Okay. So we've put together some amazing, not just events, but experiences that are going to transform our lives and this incredible mission and vision that we're on. So, Trace, I don't know if you want to share anything before we show the Blockbot launch plan. If you want to tee up anything else.
Well, Jim, I was actually just wishing. So I was kind of, I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh man, how fun would it be right now, like on this call, like in this moment, to show the last time we went to Hawaii. And I think what we're going to have to do is after we roll this out today, we're going to have to pull some footage and the drone footage of the properties and the really amazing places that we do. Because when we talk about Hawaii, we've done it before and it was incredible. We want to do it again, right? Like we did Puerto Rico, and I want to show some people some footage and really cool stuff about Puerto Rico that we just did recently. Want to do it again. We've done a cruise before, right? And want to show that and want to do it again. And so what I was kind of wishing we had like a compilation, and we probably should, of our past events, so that people can understand the impact and the opportunity is to really get together. It's really the only place that we're going to be able to see each other. Like as we get busier and busier and bigger, we've already started adding like more people. We just launched the invite system. We've added like tons of people. You just whatever. Once we add up to the millions of people, how are we going to get together? How are we going to connect with each other? How are we going to grow together and really do it? And it's at the events. It's the only way that it happens. So I want people to see what we used to do and how cool it is. And some of you have been here before. I want you to see what, through the lens of what it used to be, what it has been in the past, we've already done, into now when we're going to momentum, what it's going to be. So do you want to show them the launch? Because this is basically an 18 months? How many months did we cover through next summer, I think?
Through it depends on when we do the final one, but we have all the way spring of 2026, and then we have the big one at the end.
Yeah, and so that's going to happen next, so at least the next 12 months. So let's pull the plan up and let's show people. And then we have a fun, exciting announcement after we show the plan too. So,
All right, here we go. Can you see it?
Okay. So what this plan shows is, and you can kind of see Florida. Florida is the Fort Lauderdale event that we're doing summer 2025. So we are on the left side there. We're in Florida. Jim, I can see your mouse. Can you put your mouse over Florida?
Yep, one sec here. Let me, how about that?
You're adjusting your screen. I know you can adjust your screen size. That really helps. That's perfect. So Florida is, and the name of this event is Momentum Live. We've partnered with the Rally Guy, R-Link/Rally teams to do this. And we wanted to do the pre-launch of the viral invite system yesterday, work out a bunch of the bugs, make sure that it's working. We're going to hit it again in Florida. And what we have, if you look at that blue line in between these red dots, we have what are called gatherings. We're going to do a program where we gather all around the world in places that we need to be, whether it's existing markets like Australia that need support, whether it's a new market like Korea where we're going to open. And so what we'll do is we're going to do these global gatherings in between each one of these events. And so what you're seeing is the alpha phase launch right now here in Florida. We're going to do some global gatherings. I know we have a lot of people here from Bangladesh, different kinds of places. And so we're going to have to leverage the community and create these global gatherings. And where this place is growing, people will be able to go. Maybe we'll send some people out to like support it. And we're basically run to this cruise that we're going to do later this year. It's going to be in September. Okay. That's the current target date for September. So we have about 60 days to qualify for the cruise. And what we'll do is we'll sell and we'll grow and we'll work together and gather together and try to get up to 250 of our top impact Blockbots on this cruise. Okay. So that's the next big event post Florida. So we're doing Fort Lauderdale right now. It's June. We're going to start running from June to July to August to qualify for the September cruise. And then during that same sales period, we're going to extend it by about 30 days. And we're going to be going to Kauai. Kauai is going to be a much more exclusive event. This is going to be for our top 100 impact Blockbots. There aren't going to be a ton of people there. This is the most, we almost call this like a family reunion. This is the most exclusive and intimate event that we do every year is in Kauai. It's amazing. It's a small island. It's got great places to be, or amazing places to stay. And we have some beautiful properties there that we spend our time at. And so we want people to run, get as many people on that cruise as we can, and as many people who want to keep running, get you to Kauai in October. So it's going to be we're in Florida this week. You don't want to miss Florida this week. I hope everybody can get there. Florida this week, a cruise in about 2 months in September, run for 2 months and go in September. And then a month later, we're going to go to Kauai. Okay. The next thing is after Kauai, and this is an event we've done 2 years in a row. This year, we're going to make it way, way, way bigger. And so by the time we've got this momentum with these global gatherings, cruise, global gatherings, Hawaii, global gatherings, we're going to try to do a big 1,000 impact Blockbot event in November. Okay, so cruise September, Kauai October, and then in November, we have the F1 race in Las Vegas. And we're going to do a big event there, try to get our top 1,000 impact Blockbots there. Should be amazing. Kick the year right off, right after that. December, we have the different holidays and different things, a little bit tricky with the new year and whatever. And we'll start running towards a Disney gathering. We're going to gather in the spring at Disney. And then the coolest thing is once we've hit this place where we have 1 million Blockbots, which means we have 1 million Blockbots, in our cause, we get the top 1,000 Blockbots at Disney. We're going to send a small group up to Mount Everest to go up and climb Mount Everest and plant a freaking Blockbot flag on the top of that mountain. And that's how we're going to be able to tell to the world, the world is never going to be the same again. We're going to revolutionize it with blockchain. It's going to be the coolest launch. We are so excited to do that. So this is the launch plan. Okay. So right now, Florida's happening. If you can come, that's great. The qualification starts yesterday for the cruise. Okay. And what we're going to do for we'll roll out the qualifications tomorrow in the AMA. We'll roll out the qualifications, but anything you sell starting yesterday will count toward the qualification of the cruise. And then what we'll do is we'll go boom, 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 boom. And I hope that we see as many of you around the world as possible. And I hope we get as many people to these events as possible. So Jim, that's my comment. That's what I've got on this thing.
I love it.
Jimmy says, don't think I can make the summit. Jimmy, I can't make the summit either, but it's going to be okay. We're going to send some of our bravest Blockbots up there. It's going to be awesome.
I tell you, I think there's some people probably going, I definitely want to do that. I'm ready to start training. So yeah, we will figure out who wants to make that journey. I think it's been a vision of a few of ours for a while, and we're super excited about that. So how does that look for a plan? You guys and gals excited about that? One of the things I wanted to echo here is, we put the map in place with all of the different countries in the viral invite engine because I wanted everyone to feel connected to this community at all times, right? Whether you're at home by yourself, whether maybe you have a job or you've got whatever it is, you're traveling the world, I want you to realize that together we have an extremely powerful community. When we come to these events that connect us running, I want you to really tap into that energy, that vitality, that mothership kind of experience. But we also know that a number of you have run events before. A number of you want to build these gatherings. And so the map is designed so that we can all see where is the growth, where's the energy, where's the momentum, right? So I want you to picture this, and I'll go ahead and share it again because I think this is really key. When we start looking at this map, let me get in here again. I'll share screen. I want us all to not just visualize it, that's a piece of it, but oops, I went into the wrong section. Let me go back into here. I'll share this and I will go back to the dashboard. And from the dashboard, I will go to impact. All right. So you see this right here. Now, this is mine, and you can see that it's already starting to populate people around the world. We'll probably change some views on this map so it's easier to, kind of zoom in and see, who's where, right? You can start to see we've got some new people popping up. This map is version 1.0, but when you come down here, you can toggle and go 7 days, right? Last 24 hours, what's your growth? Last 7 days, last 30 days. And then this map, I just asked the team to start putting it, because I was looking at one of our bigger maps, make sure that we have some sorting features on here. But you're going to start to see where your impact zone is growing, and then we'll see that overall for the whole community. So this gives us the ability to start to go, okay, cool. Gatherings are happening in this location. Let's bring the Connect team to that part of the world. If you've got a couple hundred or 1,000 or however many people that are starting to gather in your town because you're building that energy, you're running local gatherings, you're getting people connected to the vision, the mission, and the values, we want to come here. Okay.
I have an interruption. Sorry. We did confirm with Dev that the postal code and country and stuff like that is available to update for existing people in your personal info on your Blockbot side. So that you can enter your country, your phone number, your postal code. That way it'll pinpoint your map.
And I'll put the link. I'm going to put the link in there where you can go directly to update your zip code. Because you're right. So I'm going to put, I'm traveling so much.
What's your postal code, Jim?
I don't know, man. All right. I just put my Puerto Rico one in there for now. So you can go in there and update. I'm not going to share my screen because it does have my personal information in there, but I put that link in for everyone. All right. So this is the link that you can go directly and update. All right. So yeah, Hawaiian Trace is in the house. That was his avatar picture. So events are a big piece of this, and they're very strategic for us. I think everybody knows that for us, we're teaching people about AI. We're teaching about blockchain. We're introducing new products and services. But more importantly, we're teaching people about the amazing humans that are a part of this vision, mission, and values. And I don't know if you can feel it, but it's starting to become a vacuum. It's starting to pull people into our vortex. And every time that I've been a part of something that's been epic, it's got a bigger calling, it's got a bigger purpose. It begins to do the same thing. And the more people we tell about this, the more talented people, the more people who have certain unique gifts and skills, they start showing up. And what happens is the things they were doing before start to settle down, especially with A players, because A players are the types of people that they always have offers. They always have something that they can be doing, right? And so there is somebody that I have become dear friends with, actually performed the ceremony for her and her husband. I hired her at one of our previous companies, our Impact Energy company, and we became dear friends. And she became a critical component of us being able to build the events and the culture at our previous company. And we've talked about this for well over a year. I said, there's going to come a time where we're going to need you. I'm going to pull you out of that environment and bring you into our environment. And I'm just trusting that the universe is going to make that same thing happen for you, right? So, with that being said, some of you may have met this person recently down in Puerto Rico at the event there. She came in to kind of get a feel for our culture and assist in that event. But many of you have not met this person, but you're about to, because as of Monday, so yesterday, we have brought on board one of our dear friends, an incredible human who helped us run hundreds of events at our previous company and just systemize it, operationalize it, and help us scale it. And so I want to introduce you to, and I'm hoping she is here. There she is. It is my special honor and privilege to introduce you to another amazing team member by the name of Irene Ford. She used to be Irene Whalen, but now she is Irene Ford. And Irene, I just wanted to say welcome aboard and would love for you to share anything about why you're here and maybe what you're going to bring to this incredible community.
Yeah, well, thank you for that introduction. I am very excited. I'm incredibly passionate about events and really excited about the trajectory of what you all have mapped out. Uh, Events are a lot of work, but they are, for me, some of the best payoff that you can get just from putting something together, bringing together communities, whether it's virtual like these calls or the in-person opportunities. And one big thing with events that I always like to consider is, you know, it might be one person in charge of things, but at the end of the day, it's the community and everyone coming together that really makes these impactful and special. So I'm really excited to plug in and play my part and bring everyone together so we can make everything even bigger and better.
I love it. And Irene also, when we talk about events, Irene also spearheaded a project we had at our previous company that it was called Impact Projects. And our impact projects were where we go to other countries and we would build homes, we'd put solar on those homes, and we'd hand the keys to people who were living in cardboard boxes. It's a very powerful experience. And our top 20 to 30 sellers would be invited on these impact journeys. I call it impact projects, but they're impact journeys. And oftentimes we get more out of those. Well, she wasn't only doing it for our company. She has another charity that they would go down and do this, and she organizes that outside of it. And she's constantly running events for friends and town, and where we lived in San Diego. So she lives and eats and breathes events, and she's incredible. So part of what she's going to do is to help us create a consistent, scalable experience, a connected experience. So whether we call them Get Connected or whatever we do, these gatherings that you'll be running in your town, she's going to help us systemize and operationalize and scale those events for you. So put those resources in place, as well as helping connect when we are running our bigger events where we go around the world. Okay. So just to give you a little peek into the future, and Trace, I don't know if you want to share anything about that coming soon conversation, or if we hold that for another call.
Well, what we'll do is we're going to end. We're 1 minute over. Tomorrow there's another AMA at 11 o'clock. And by the way, what do AMAs mean at Connect? We're growing so fast and rolling out new stuff. We just need to keep everybody informed and march into the same beat of the same drum. So it's helpful to get together often. We have a lot of exciting things rolling out. This gatherings thing is a big deal. Irene is a big commitment to making sure Ask Me Anything usually happens in the chat. We try to answer any questions we have. Sometimes if it's relevant to the whole group, we'll kind of mention it. So thank you for coming to this AMA. There's another one tomorrow, same time. Of course, these are going to be recorded and sent out, so hopefully everybody can watch it. We want everybody to know about the event plan. We'll go over it a little bit more tomorrow. That gatherings thing is a big deal, James or Jim. And we work with the James, and I call Jim James often, but on accident. But anyway, the gathering thing's a big deal. The reason why it has that gather in there, there's actually a special NFT that we're going to release for the gatherers, for the people who are really excited and doing events in their areas. It's going to reward people for doing events. That's something we're going to roll out really quickly here. We might even announce it tomorrow. So please come to the AMA tomorrow if you want to learn more about that. But Jim, Irene's a big commitment to making this happen. The launch plan is now out there. The contest started yesterday, so it's time to get running. And we're excited to gather as many people as we can together for these events. So that's what I've got.
I love it. All right, everybody. So just a final reminder, get out there and share. Start whipping out your invites, follow up with people, help them through the onboarding, and give us feedback on what's working and what we can improve. This is a key right now. Let's get out there and grow our impact around the world. And when you do, and you start helping your people help people that help people, grab some screenshots, post it in not only our feed, post it on your social media. Right? Let's build that excitement. Let's build that energy. Let's get everybody in this conversation around the world and share those videos. All right. On behalf of myself and the rest of the team, until we connect again, have fun. And remember, it's your choice to create your ultimate life. Game on. See you soon.